Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll have Jimmy G calling the shots. Grew up in the northern suburbs of Chicago, went to Eastern Illinois. Jimmy Garoppolo.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, first play, going to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Garoppolo dumps it off to Mixon. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on third and long? Now back to throw. This to the sideline and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, in fact, but he couldn't hang on. Fourth down. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. His throw incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the first. The Chargers are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. Finds the open man, it's Mike Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
Herbert on first down now. He finds his target, Allen. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. First and goal at the 1. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Second down and goal. Herbert. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. Josh Palmer, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10.
Here we go.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. He finds his running back, puts it on the carpet, it's out. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. Second and 10. Here's Herbert once more. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. 34 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Garoppolo. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The numbers for Mixon last week, 13 carries, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On second down, here's Mixon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Looking sideline, incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Now here's a throw that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Here we go.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third, Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Chargers offense back onto the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to Mixon on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo over the middle to Evans. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, on is Evan McPherson and the Bengal field goal unit. This will be a 34-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. L.A. readies for its next possession. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Herbert, he's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Herbert. Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Herbert now. That's again complete to Palmer. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 40s. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one is incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big pickup of 38. Just beat the play clock. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer with a second touchdown here in this first half. These guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. Had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And it's 21-3. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Dancing to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Here we go.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again. And he'll find Chase on the right side complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Here we go.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on third down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. It's caught over the middle, Hooper. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Here we go.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he comes back with one complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll begin out in Houston. And in the late stages of the first half, it's the Lions who are out in front. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half, and they've definitely been able to exploit some.
A look around the NFL, we'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the third quarter. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So here are the Chargers to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Steelers, and they lead this one as well as they start here 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting him to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Let's go, baby. Let's have some fun.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. That is caught. It's Williams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Play a little aggressive, baby.
Running on 1st down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now receiver in motion left. On 2nd and goal, Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Lutz will look to add the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. Play action, Garoppolo. This goes out wide from Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here we go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. mixing up the middle. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Come on, let's get him!
Eckler will score. Touchdown, Chargers.
Just power football there. Down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen coming out to report like they're eligible. All they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting out.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Garoppolo looks to throw. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Brings up 2nd and 7. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Here we go. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
To throw, it's Garoppolo.
Got a man open, it's Chase.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point.
Here we go.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Garoppolo now.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Herbert off of play action. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once more, here's Eckler. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got it to Williams.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals.
Here we go.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
This is your game, baby. Here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
Meanwhile, Garoppolo's throw taken in here by Chase. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo.
He's got Hooper on the out route. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. Down inside the 10.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
But this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants this lead to stay right where it is.
2nd down and goal. Garoppolo. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 22. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
So out come the Chargers.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found.